Tesla's in trouble. BMW and Mercedes also in trouble. Because this, the Zeekr 9X, might just be the SUV that makes every luxury brand sweat. It's massive, it's futuristic, it drives itself, and it costs way less than you'd think. But here's the twist. Would you actually trust a Chinese luxury EV over a Tesla or a Mercedes? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, your answer might surprise you. And before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Would you buy a Chinese luxury EV if it looked this good? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, hit that like button. It really helps us beat the algorithm and bring you more insane car content. Who the heck is Zeekr? Let's start with a reality check. Zeekr isn't some tiny Chinese startup that popped up overnight. It's the luxury EV arm of Geely, one of the biggest automotive empires on the planet. Geely owns Volvo, the brand your safety-obsessed uncle swears by, Polestar, the minimalist Scandinavian Tesla rival, Lotus, the British performance brand that just built a 2,000-horsepower EV hypercar, and even a stake in Mercedes-Benz parent company Daimler. So yeah, Zeekr isn't a gamble. It's an empire flexing its muscles. The 9X is their flagship SUV, the one meant to announce, "We've arrived and we're coming for Tesla." All right, let's talk looks. Because the Zeekr 9X isn't just an SUV, it's a rolling piece of sci-fi design. Up front, you've got razor-thin LED headlights that stretch like lightsabers across the fascia. The grille, practically non-existent, replaced with smooth, aerodynamic panels. It's the kind of face that makes a Tesla Model X look, well, kind of outdated. Down the sides, you see those muscular fenders and bold shoulder lines. The flush door handles pop out James Bond style, and the wheel options go up to 22 inches, giving the SUV a low, powerful stance. And at the back, a full-width light bar with animated sequences that make every startup feel like a mini light show. Think cyberpunk meets luxury yacht. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Aerodynamics. The 9X has a drag coefficient of 0.25. Insane for a 7-seat SUV. That means it slices through air better than some sedans. Tesla used to dominate aerodynamics, but Zeekr is showing they can play that game too. But here's the cliffhanger. Is it genuinely futuristic, or does it risk falling into the trying too hard category? Because while Tesla keeps things clean and minimal, Zeekr is screaming for attention. What do you prefer? Bold and flashy, or subtle and sleek? Let me know in the comments. Looks are one thing, but can this beast back it up with performance? The answer? Oh, absolutely. The Zeekr 9X rides on Geely's SEA platform, the same flexible EV base shared by Polestar and Lotus. That means we're not talking about a lazy, heavy SUV. This thing was engineered with sports car DNA. Power options range from the single-motor rear-wheel drive version to a dual-motor AWD monster. In its most powerful form, the 9X pushes nearly 500 horsepower and rockets from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in under 4 seconds. That's faster than a Porsche Cayenne S, and we're talking about a 3-row family SUV. Battery-wise, you've got packs ranging up to 100 kilowatt hours, giving it over 600 CLTC range, realistically closer to 500 kilometers in real-world driving. But the real kicker is 800-volt charging. That means 10 to 80% in under 30 minutes, or around 300 kilometers of range in just 15 minutes plugged in. So yes, it has speed, yes, it has range, and yes, it charges like a beast. But here's the elephant in the room. Will those numbers hold up outside China? Because we've seen this movie before. Chinese EVs boast insane specs, but real-world tests often come up short. Is the 9X the real deal, or just another spec sheet warrior? We'll find out soon. Now buckle up, because this is where things get controversial. The Zeekr 9X launches with Level 3 autonomy, something Tesla has been promising for years but hasn't delivered. They call it G-Pilot, powered by NVIDIA Orin chips, 31 sensors, and LiDAR. Yes, LiDAR, something Elon Musk flat out refuses to use, calling it a crutch. Zeekr, on the other hand, basically said, if it helps the car see better, why not use it? Level 3 means the 9X can actually drive itself on highways. You can literally take your hands off the wheel, look away, and the car handles traffic, lane changes, and speed on its own. Tesla, still stuck at level 2. You've got to keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and pray it doesn't misread a traffic cone. So here's the debate. Do you trust Elon's camera-only vision philosophy, or do you trust Zeekr's throw every sensor possible at it approach? Drop your take, because this argument could split the comment section in half. Okay, now we get to the part that really separates luxury from hype, the inside. Step into the Zeekr 9X and you're basically walking into a futuristic lounge. Let's start with the front cabin. You get a massive 15.6-inch OLED infotainment screen. Right behind the wheel, there's a fully digital driver display paired with an AR heads-up display that projects navigation, speed, and warnings directly onto the windshield. No more squinting down, it's all right in your line of sight. The steering wheel? Two-spoke minimalist, wrapped in premium leather with haptic controls. It feels like a mix between Tesla's simplicity and Mercedes' luxury touch. Now the seats. Oh man, the seats. You've got options for 7 seats in a 2-3-2 layout, or 6 seats with captain's chairs in the middle. Both layouts come with ventilation, heating, and massage functions. Even the third row isn't some sad punishment bench. It's legit comfortable, with cup holders and USB-C ports. The middle row captain's chairs recline almost fully flat. Add in the panoramic sunroof above and rear entertainment screens, and suddenly, long road trips don't sound like torture. They sound like spa days. The materials? Premium Napa leather, sustainable trims like recycled wood and plant-based composites, and customizable ambient lighting with 256 colors. Think Mercedes EQS vibes, but with a slightly more youthful, playful twist. Oh, and the sound system. Zeekr partnered with Yamaha for a 21-speaker 3D audio system. If you're into blasting music, podcasts, or surround sound Netflix binges in your car, this SUV was designed for you. But here's the question. Does this scream true luxury like a Mercedes or Bentley? Or does it risk feeling like a tech-heavy gadget that might not age well? That's the fine line Zeekr is walking, and it'll decide whether the 9X becomes a status symbol or just a fancy toy. Okay, now here's the part that makes German automakers wake up at 3 a.m. in cold sweats. The Zeekr 9X is expected to start around $60,000 to $70,000 US. Think about that for a second. That's half the price of a Mercedes EQS SUV. It's way cheaper than a BMW iX60, and it even undercuts a Tesla Model X, which starts north of $90,000 in most markets. So here's the million-dollar question. Is this the deal of the decade, or a gamble where you save money up front but lose it later on things like resale value, service, and long-term reliability? Because yeah, $65K for this level of luxury sounds insane. But we've seen luxury EVs depreciate like crazy before. Would you roll the dice? Okay, let's say you're convinced. You're ready to buy. Where can you get one? If you're in China, easy. If you're in Europe, also possible, since Zeekr is expanding aggressively there, starting with Germany, the Netherlands, and Norway. But if you're in the United States, forget it, at least for now. Thanks to insane import tariffs on Chinese cars, the 9X can't compete on price in America. Unless Zeekr builds a factory in Mexico or Europe and ships from there, the US won't see this SUV anytime soon. And that's Elon Musk's saving grace. Because if Zeekr 9X hit American showrooms tomorrow, Tesla's Model X sales would drop off a cliff. Imagine walking into a dealership and seeing a $65K SUV that makes a $100K Tesla look basic. That's Elon's nightmare scenario. So, is a Zeekr 9X the Tesla killer we've all been waiting for? On paper, it's insane. Futuristic design, sports car performance, true self-driving tech, a luxury interior, and a price that undercuts everyone. But in reality, it's facing two massive hurdles. One, Trust. Will buyers in Europe or America actually bet on a Chinese luxury brand? And 2, access. Can Zeekr even get these cars into the US market without tariffs killing the price advantage? Here's the truth. The Zeekr 9X could be one of the most important SUVs of this decade. But whether it becomes a legend or just another what-if story depends on what happens next. So now it's your turn. Would you risk it on a futuristic Chinese SUV like the Zeekr 9X, or are you sticking with Tesla and the Germans? I want to see this debate blow up in the comments, so don't hold back. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the next car we're covering makes even the Zeekr 9X look tame. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.